You know that feeling, right? You sit down at your desk, you're ready to get started on something big, and nothing. The feeling just isn't there. You're waiting for that spark, that jolt of motivation to hit you, but it's a no-show. It happens to all of us. But what if? What if we've been looking for the wrong hero this whole time? Yeah, we all do it. We end up treating motivation like this, I don't know, like a special guest that has to show up before the party can start. We wait for the perfect mood, for the stars to align. But here's the thing, and it's a big thing. That guest, they are super unreliable. You can't count on them. And that right there, that's what we can call the motivation trap. It's this idea we all kind of have that we need to feel like doing something before we can actually, do it. And honestly, it's probably one of the biggest things holding us back from getting what we really want in the long run. I mean, think about it. We're always told to go find our motivation, right? Find your why. But what if motivation isn't really the hero of our story? What if it's just like a side character, and we've been putting the spotlight on the wrong person this whole time, while the real star is just waiting off stage? Okay, so let's set this up like a classic duel, a real head-to-head matchup. In this corner, we've got the flashy, popular champion, motivation. And in the other corner, the quiet, steady challenger, discipline. Let's dig in and see who really comes out on top. All right, first up, motivation. At its core, it's really the will, or, and this is a key word, the impulse to do something. It's driven by emotions, by things happening around you. It's that feeling you get after watching a really inspiring movie or hearing a great talk. It's powerful for sure, but it's a spark. It's fleeting. And then we have discipline. This is totally different. It's not an impulse. It's the ability to act. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you do. And where does it come from? It comes from habit, from commitment. It's not a reaction to the outside world. It's a choice you make on the inside, again and again. So here's the bottom line, the real key difference. Motivation, that's an impulse. It's emotional. Discipline, that's an ability. It's built on commitment. See the difference? One is a feeling you just have to wait for, and the other, that's a system you actually build yourself. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper and really analyze these two opponents. We're going to break it down piece by piece and see how these two forces actually play out in the real world. Now, what you're seeing here is basically the evidence file, the complete head-to-head analysis from our source. It lays out the differences across a bunch of categories, like where they come from, how long they last, you name it. We're not going to read every single line, don't worry, but this is the foundation for what we're about to unpack.
So let's pull out the three biggest, most important differences. First up, how long they last. Motivation, it's a sprint. Discipline, that's a marathon. Next, consistency. Motivation is a total roller coaster, up and down. Discipline is more like a straight, steady line. And maybe the most important one, dependency. Motivation needs you to be in the right mood. Discipline, it shows up for work even when you feel awful.
This really breaks down where our actions come from. Look at this. Motivation is fueled by things that are kind of out of our hands, right? Emotions, things that happen to us. But discipline, that's all internal. It's built from habits, decisions, and commitments we make. It's something we control. Okay, so enough with the theory. How does this actually look in the real world? Let's take a look at a pretty typical project and see how both of these play out from start to finish. Let's imagine you're a designer starting a brand new project. Step one, you're super motivated. You're excited, ideas are flowing, it's awesome. Motivation is perfect for getting things started. But what happens a week later when it's not so new and exciting anymore? That's when discipline has to step in for step two, to make sure you actually finish the thing with quality, even when you're tired or, let's be honest, a little bored. So if we look at the actual output, the impact on your work is huge. Motivation gives you these incredible peaks of productivity, but they're always followed by valleys of nothing. Discipline, on the other hand, gives you that constant, steady progress. One gets you out of the starting blocks, the other guarantees you cross the finish line. And that brings us to the idea of risk. Seriously, if your whole strategy is just waiting for motivation, that's a high-risk game. Because when that feeling disappears, and it will, the chances you'll just abandon the project go way up. But an approach built on discipline, that's so much safer. It lowers your risk of failure and means you're not always having to go back and fix things. It's all about being predictable.
So, after all that, after analyzing them, seeing them in action, the winner is pretty clear, right? Motivation is a great spark plug, no doubt. It's useful, but it's not the engine. The true engine of success, that's something else.
This quote just nails it. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. Perfect, right? You need motivation to get off the couch, to get to the starting line, but it's discipline that actually carries you through the race, across the finish line, and gets you ready for the next one. That's where the real growth happens. Look, if there's only one thing you remember from all this, let it be this, right here. Motivation initiates. Discipline finishes. Think of it like this. Motivation is the match that lights the campfire. Awesome. But discipline, that's you consistently adding logs to the fire to make sure it keeps burning all night long. You need both, but only one of them is going to get you through to the morning. So maybe we should all stop asking, how do I get motivated? That question just keeps us stuck, waiting for a feeling that might never come. The real question, the much more powerful question, is this: how will you build your discipline? What's one tiny habit, one small system you can put in place today that will guarantee you move forward tomorrow, no matter how you feel? That's where it all begins.